Okay, great.
Okay. So today I'm going to talk to you how to break your fear from using AI to actually start using it as a tool in architecture and to unleash your creativity and start converting it from being scared of using it to a tool that you can use like 3D modeling applications and such. We will be talking about why learning AI now, why not waiting till it actually grow, or you can just see it inserted in Revit or architecture programming, and how to get started. Like the steps you need to take to just know how to use the AI tool. And all AI tools you need, do you actually need to learn every AI tool in the market, or you just need to learn one or two AI tools? Also, how in the architecture firm I'm working in, we involve AI in the daily process of real estate designing. And we will talk about the cons and pros of using AI. Is it actually useful, or it's a waste of time or anything? So first thing you need to know is facing your fear. Whether you agree with me is that AI is actually leading the process of designing, or it's not. You just need to learn it and decide if you actually need to avoid it or just insert it in your daily design process. And why learning AI now? The growth rate actually of the architecture programs for AutoCAD or 3ds Max or Revit, it took them like 42 years to develop. But if you look for AI and the growth rate of AI, it actually took them like, it started from the 15th century of the last century, but it took them like 5 years to actually develop the results of using AI and such. So now we are going to talk about how to get started to use AI. There are actually three steps you need to learn and master. The first one is learning AI language, and I'm not telling you today you need to learn how to program or how to write coding or anything, because we are architects. We actually need to design or use AI to generate creative ideas. So we can't learn coding. We need to improve ourselves in the field of architecture. And prompt structure, you don't need actually to know how to invent new prompts and know new structures. And third thing is the AI tools. You need to master like 1 or 3 tools, or you actually need to know every AI tools in the market. So learning AI language, we can really read the binary here, and it's actually so weird to read this, and you are not actually need to read this, but you need to know how to communicate with the AI. So once you see this, you say, no, I'm not going to do anything with this. But when you translate it in their own language, it's actually saying I'm your tool, please guide me. So it's not here to replace you or to take your identity or just make you jobless or anything. It just needs you to control it, not let it control you. So how can you as an architect learn AI language? There are actually 6 things you must know. If you know it, you can master in AI in the social media or any AI, like the open sources one or paid one or anything. All you need to know is models, LoRa and ControlNet, steps, and CFG and seeds. If you are talking about models, what does model mean? All you need to know that it's like the alphabets of any language, and AI is actually creating its own alphabet, and then you take this alphabet and translate it and write for it what you need. So you extract from this model what you actually need to work on. So here's an example of using 2 different models, the one from LogX AI, the LX anything, and the default Stable Diffusion one. So as you see, it's the same model and same everything here, CFG steps and all, but the LX anything for X log here is giving a totally different result. You hear me well? Okay. And we actually going to the next step, which is Laura. Laura is being, it's like the little model. It's like generated models, but you can even train it yourself. And I will tell you later how to do it. Laura is actually, can you mute, please? No, wait a minute. So Laura is actually is a small model being trained by you or by anyone. You can actually train your own model for your own purposes. Like if you have a different style, like MVDRV using their own lures and models, and you want to translate it to a specific style. So here's I'm using a lure for I'm here using same prompts, same seeds, same noise, so same everything. And here's a different lure, and actually it's giving you totally different ideas from one prompt. And ControlNet is actually something that you can, as an architect, ignore it. It helps you to get the picture here you actually want to re-render or redesign or do anything on it. And you can just choose any style you want to change your ControlNet to it. And then it translates it with same composition, same building, and same everything, but changes the architecture elements from it. And this is the most important thing, and actually it's being always said it's advanced, but steps is actually how many times the AI making iterations to generate your prompts. So the less, the worse the result, the more, the better the results, but it takes more time to generate. Here is the same prompt for 5 steps only, and here the same prompt for 40 steps. And actually, this one too is being considered as um, advanced settings, but you must always work with it. The CFG is the number you affect your model to the prompt. So the more, the lower the value, the more it will be related to the will make AI more creative, and the higher it will make the AI less creative. So some websites using it as definition of creativity, like Leonardo AI, and the more you create it, it focus less on your prompt. And seeds here is actually something you may not consider, but as an architect, you need always to have a consistency in generating AI. So if you actually generating this picture here and you want the same picture but with same results, you need always to fix your seeds, because seeds, it means AI, the model will be shuffling to give you different results. And the second step is actually the prompt structure. You don't need to search for magnificent prompts or bother yourself as an architect of thinking of how to write the prompt. It's not our job. So here today, I'm just giving you a sample way to know how to write a sample prompt. It's talking about the detailed description of the subject and surrounding environment and architecture style. You should just talk about, describe your the design you wanted to create. So here the prompt I've been using for the previous exams is a futuristic skyscrapers with bioformatic surroundings. And then you can just use the surrounding environments like soaring glass and materials and give more details. And then you can actually copy someone's style, but I don't recommend that. You can just think with the way they think, but regenerate your own style by your laws and models. And then the parameters here is actually something related to Midjourney only. It's like the scale ratio, and C is the chaotic chaos. It's like CFG. So here the result of generated prompt on Midjourney. And actually, if you still struggle with writing prompt, you can use Leonardo AI. It's you can just write a tower, a green tower, and that will generate for you a full prompt that is so professional to use in any other software. You don't have to use it on Leonardo, but you can just write it, and it will help you. Last thing here, all AI tools, do you actually need to learn all AI tools? Like maybe while we are talking here now, you can just find there's a new AI tool came out, and yesterday OpenAI actually launched a new thing. I hope everyone saw it. And a week ago, Stable Diffusion 3 actually came out. So do you actually need to learn all AI tools as an architect? And I'm talking about architects only, because you need specific stuff to go and do it, and then go out, and you don't actually need to bother knowing everything. So I would recommend for consistency ConfUI and Automatic 1111. And if you actually like Nude's style, then go for ConfUI. If you don't like it, then go for Automatic 1111. They are based on Stable Diffusion. And LockX AI is a paid platform, but it gives you many trials. And so as a student, I would recommend it for you. And it has its own models trained and using SDXL models too. And you actually have Verus. And LockX AI can be integrated into our application we are using, like Revit and the SketchUp. So that what makes them the future. And there's actually Autodesk bought created a contract with them. And there you have Minimal AI. Minimal AI is actually same as LockX AI, but it's paid. And the free trials is just one try. So it's so good if you are a professional and you are going to establish your own department of AI in your company and you want to start using it. So you can use Minimal AI, but you still can try the same potentials from LockX AI. Then you have Leonardo AI. Leonardo AI is more focused on graphics and such, but you can I'm using it mostly when I want to do a real-time sketch and see the result I'm doing in a fast way, and it's online. And it has actually an application on phone, so you can use it wherever you are. Unlike ConfUI and Automatic 1111, they have real-time, but you can't use them on your phone. And Photoshop, actually, the only problem with Photoshop is it's paid. But as an architect, you can just, you always use Photoshop. So the generative fill always fix the results from ConfUI, LockX, Verus, and make it more like what you want to see it. ChatGPT, you would wonder why would we use ChatGPT as architects. Actually, you can connect some rubies like from SketchUp and create ask ChatGPT to generate for you a plugin that you can connect it to SketchUp. And same for LockX AI and Verus, you can just ask ChatGPT to create a built-in plugin. You can connect it to Rhino or connect it to Revit. And if you have the API file of the open source models and AI, you can actually run it on them and create your own plugins. So I hope I helped you a bit to break the ice on how to use AI and unleash the creativity and start using it in your daily life. So how actually we involve AI in the real estate as an architect in our daily life in my company I'm working in. So here we had this proposal for a building, And we wanted to change the material we are using for its facade and see how it actually will affect the look of it, and how different materials we could use that suits the environment, because it's in Saudi Arabia, and the availability of materials there. But we need to consider it looking good, and it's efficient, and has sun protection and such. So we had like many options here in no time with different materials. Here too, we had like our own design, but we wanted to compare it, how would it look like if it's in the style of this or in the style of this. But we already had our design being done, and we just improving it. And it's not like we will take it as it is, but it gives you new ideas to look at your building from different perspectives. And sometimes you are just sketching and you want to see the results of your sketch, but no time to do it in the 3D modeling, and then the curvatures here, and it's painful to do it. And of course, everyone knows this. So just from one picture in no time, and it's a free trial from LogX, you can generate a so good looking and uh, a so good looking design. Here too, it was our this render, and we wanted to see it, how we can actually improve it to look way better, or to look in different styles. So we tried to use ComfyUI here to generate different results and using different materials. And actually here we had a rendered picture, but what if we just doing some conceptual design from SketchUp, and we want to see how the relation between masses, how can it affect our design without just going in detail. Like, you want to see how your design will look like. And here we actually tried doing this using ComfyUI, and it gave a good result. Even if you are not going to use it, it's just helping you to brainstorm and know where you are going. Here we had a residential building, and the client wanted us to change the style from being classic design to a modern design with their own materials. And so here we actually used many AI tools. Here we used LogX AI, and it gave us good result, but it doesn't suit the client's requirements, because they need different materials. So we use here generative fill and Photoshop to make it look more like their own trend, and how they want it to look like. Here too, as it was a fast sketch to change the same building here, but from different perspective, and make it look more modern. And it took you like no time to sketch this one and generate a 3D model that you can actually show to your client. And then if he approved to the concept of it, you start modeling it in 3D. So we are not here using AI for final products. We are using it for brainstorming, and then offer it to the client, and then the client tell us, well, it actually looks like what I've been imagined. So you go back in design process and start designing it to look like, to meet the requirements of the client and the requirements of the architecture design you need. So after talking all this, is actually AI worth the time or the effort to learn? And is it actually the future, or we are just like blah blah? So we will talk about the pros and cons of using AI in our daily life in architecture company. And I've been using it for more than 7 months, or actually a year. Been using AI in different projects, and I see results from clients, and then we actually learn from it. So according to it, I have been mentioned some pros and cons from it. So it's actually fast. No one can deny it's being so fast and giving you a result you would take months doing it on 3ds Max. So despite everything, it's actually giving you a creative and new options, many options of design in no time. but it actually no time, but you learn it a lot to achieve this point. So if you know this 6 stuff I told you about and the 3 steps you need to know as an architect, it will take you no time when you know the workflow of generating AI to results. And of course, it's easy to master. Like anyone can generate anything with it after knowing. I hope after hearing this talk today, you actually know how to master it. And it gives you creative ideas, like unique ones. And maybe sometimes you have dry ideas, or you just see something that looks so good, but your brain can't think about how to make it possible, how to apply it on your own design. So it gives you like a fresh creative results. And of course, it's free. When we talk about free, I'm talking about ComfUI. It's more complicated, and Automatic 1111 and the open source AI tools, but still it's really giving you the same results as like LockX AI or Minimal AI or any other AI if you just know how to use the tool. And for LockX AI, it actually gives you decent number of trials, and you can actually like use it for many times, and even makes you generate Laura's. And this is so epic. You can just use Laura on it. It's the only platform doing this for AI. So if we're going to talk about the cons and about using AI, it's actually odd results. Not always you get the results you want from it. And it actually sometimes needs your human correction. Like, as I mentioned before, you take the picture to Photoshop and then re-edit it and such. And it needs a practice. You need to keep updated with everything and practice. Staying updated with it, like as I told you yesterday, and it's a growth rate is really, really so hard. And sometimes there's tool that updating and actually destroying the old tool, yeah, like IB adapter. So you need always to be updated. And practice it. You need to practice it so you can test it. It's trial and error, so you can be sure about the result, but you need to practice always. Free, I talked about it's being free, but there are some tools like it helps you, and more like the interior ones and the one you can use inside the programs. It's actually paid like various, but it gives you some free trials and start. If you find it actually efficient for your work, you can just buy it. It's not expensive. So I hope after this session you can unleash your creativity and start using AI as a tool, and see it as a tool, not like it's you see it as a tool, not like it's taking your place or taking your job or anything. It's just a tool like any other tool, but you must learn it now before tomorrow. And thanks for watching. And
Great.
thanks, Sarah.
Do you have any questions from the audience? No.
Yeah, if anyone has a question.
I have one random question about the Leonardo AI. We're looking at the prompts, and you were saying something about the seed. What was that in regards to? Like,
could you go over what seeds are when it comes to prompts?
the seed. There was a C in the prompt structuring.
I can't hear you well, sorry.
On the prompt structuring slide, there was something at the very end. It was like --C, and you were mentioning being specific to Leonardo AI. I'm just curious.
Yeah, this is the key. Let me share my screen again. So you see my screen?
No.
Okay, give me a minute. So you can see it now?
Yes.
Okay. So you've been asking about the prompt structure?
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the dash C
The
at the
parameters.
end.
That dash C3 is actually a parameter related to Midjourney. It's called KS, and it's controlling how it's the same as the CFG, and we have been talking about here. Just controlling how much you want the Midjourney to be creative and generate better results, but it's not related to your prompt. or how much it's related to your prompt.
There's
We
like a
don't
measure-
actually use chaos much, but we use the double comma to give the weight to your prompt more. But it's mid-journey related, so that's why I didn't go in depth on it.
It's like a measure of creativity, kind of.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thanks.
Thank-
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone. Bye bye.